Imagine this. You are in a relationship, maybe with a partner, a friend, a business associate, and they demand to know everything about you, your whereabouts, your thoughts, your past, your text messages. They expect full disclosure at all times. But when the tables are turned, suddenly they are vague. They dodge questions, they keep things hidden. Ever been in that situation? If you have, let me tell you, this is a giant red flag. And if you haven't, listen closely because this could save you from a world of manipulation, control, and one sided relationships. You see, transparency is one of the most important foundations of any healthy relationships, whether personal, professional, or even leadership. But here's the thing, transparency is only meaningful when it's mutual. When someone demands complete transparency from you but refuses to offer the same in return, they are not advocating for honesty. They are creating an imbalance of power. And that imbalance is dangerous. Let's break it down. Why would someone insist on knowing everything about you but keep their own life locked away like a guarded vault? Here are a few reasons. Number one, control and power. If they know everything about you while you know little about them, they hold all the cards. They can predict your moves, manipulate your actions, and keep you on the defensive. Number two, deflection and misdirection. Some people hide their flaws and misdeeds by focusing your attention elsewhere, by making you the one who has to explain and prove yourself. They avoid scrutiny. Number three, a mask of insecurity. Ironically, people who demand excessive transparency from others often have deep rooted insecurity. They fear exposure, so they control the narrative by putting the spotlight on you instead of themselves. Number four, testing your boundaries. You see, this kind of behavior often starts subtly. A demand for a little more information here, a slight overstep there. Before you know it, you've given up more than you're comfortable with while they remain closed off. It's a way to see how much control they can exert. You see, being in this type of dynamic can be exhausting and damaging. Here is what happens when you constantly have to be open while the other person remains closed. You feel exposed and vulnerable while they remain protected and guarded. You begin to doubt, wondering if you're being unreasonable for wanting reciprocity. You start to shrink yourself out of fear of judgment or manipulation. You lose your sense of security because you're always the one being examined while they remain a mystery. And worst of all, this can lead to gaslighting, where they make you feel like you are the unreasonable one for even expecting balance and fairness. How do you identify this red flag early? Pay attention to these signs I'm about to mention. Number one, they ask deeply personal questions but shut down or get defensive when you ask the same. Number two, they make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. They act like you have something to hide when you don't want to share everything. They justify their secrecy with excuses like, I'm just a private person, while demanding openness from you. And how do you respond? Set boundaries. If they demand full transparency, make it clear that you expect the same. If they refuse, that's your cue that something isn't right. Question their motives. Ask yourself, is this person genuinely interested in honesty or do they just want control? Don't justify unfairness. If someone makes you feel guilty for expecting mutual transparency, remind yourself fairness is not a privilege, it's a standard. Be willing to walk away. Sometimes the best move is to recognize the imbalance and move yourself from it. Healthy relationships, whether romantic, family, friendships, or businesses, should make you feel safe, not monitored. Here is what I want you to take away from this. Transparency is only powerful when it is shared equally. If someone is keeping secrets while demanding your honesty, they are not looking for connection, they are looking for control. And control has no place in healthy relationships. So, next time someone demands full transparency from you, ask yourself, are they giving you the same? If not, that's not a sign of honesty. It's a red flag waving right in front of you. Don't ignore it. Thank you.